Rangers became the fifth team to book their spot in the quarterfinals of the League Cup with a pretty much 5 out of 10 performance against St Johnstone in an empty Hampden Park. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Rangers have got the win. It was 2-0 to the Gers, but it certainly wasn't pretty. And it's a win. It's what Rangers needed, but not a great game of football.
Yes, Big Stevie Cool tuning in from inside a fishbowl, a goldfish bowl, whatever you want to call it. But let's look at the start of this game. Let's look at the actual 11 that Common picked. He started Jack Butland. For me, immediately, that's a red flag. Why is Jack Butland starting this game? Why did Liam Kelly come back to this football club if he can't even start a League Cup game in the last 16? I get it, it's Premiership opposition, but seriously, why come back? If he cannot even start this game, what's the point?
Well, if he can't start this game, what games can he start?
Yeah, I've heard people saying, they're just playing Butland to keep him in the shop window for a bid to come in, then they'll start Kelly. But even if you do that, you can't just fire Kelly into the deep end once Butland leaves. The guy should be starting. There's no excuse. I think I wouldn't say the word strong team because I don't think any team today is strong. The Rangers could have fielded it because they're pretty pish, but Rangers fielded a pretty experienced team today, and I think, again, you got the line-up wrong. You look at it, Tav, does he really need to start this game? He started Proper and Suter. Proper went off injured after 44 minutes, so, his egg on his face there. FD at left back, alright, Yilmaz injured, you kind of have to do that. The only area he changed, and I thought I agreed with, two areas, the centre mid, because he played Doyle, and I felt, he needed to come in because he needed to give Barron a rest. Then up front, he started Danilo. Again, Dessers, he needs a rest, and Danilo, let's see what he can do. But it's like, where is the youth? All the youth was on the bench, and they got brought on with 10 minutes to go. It's like, Rangers have experience, yes, they've got people that have been around the block, but what good's that if they're shite? You may as well go with the youth and the untested and the untried instead of the tried and shite. So Bailey Rice for me, Fraser, McKinnon, why not start a couple of them in? This Rangers team is on its knees. It needs fresh air. And what do you do when you need fresh air? You open a window, you don't keep the windows closed and stick with the same shite in the room that you've got, do you?
No, you don't, but that seems to be what Clement's doing. He doesn't want any fresh air in the room. He wants the window jammed tight and it to be stuffed up with the same old shite that we see week in, week out. Danilo, to me, doesn't look like what was he cost, £6 million?
£6 million, right? But let's just wait. If he can't make any substitutions, you need to go to the youth squad, right? People are crying out for those players to get a game, like Lowry, etc., etc. What are we waiting on?
Well, there was
There
was one club today that made a lot of changes from the Premiership, and it didn't work out too well for them. So,
broken hearts and all that shite.
Enough said about that. The better, but let's talk about this first half. Not a lot happened. I mean, Rangers had a few chances. Cerny. His finishing ain't that great. I mean, there was a couple of good saves for the St Johnstone. Is it Parish? Was it in Parish in nets there?
No, it was Ray, but not
Ray. Right, okay.
Tierney.
He made a couple of good saves, but I felt like all the shots were kind of straight at him.
They were, but for me, there was only one guy who was really, really bad in terms of the attacking threat for Rangers in the first half. Danilo. Guy missed about 4 clear-cut opportunities. Yeah, a few were offside, etc. But yeah, can actually begin to see why Clement's not playing this guy. Again, he needs minutes. I just don't want. But Dessers misses chances as well. It's not just Danilo.
I thought Cerny had the best chances a lot. Like, to be honest.
Tierney did have a good chance, but Danilo missed an open net. He missed a cutback for 10 yards that he ballooned over. He then missed a rebound that he just put it straight off Ray, and then there was another one that I can't even think of. But there was at least 4. And yeah, Tierney missed a few good opportunities, but overall, man, Rangers are just so bad. They're so bad going forward. They're so bad at the back, just giving up chances. There was an instant where Tavernier tackled, I think it was not Bakayoko, what's his name? Raymond. He tackled Raymond, and Raymond just won the ball for Tav, and Tierney was assumed that Tav won the ball and ran away for Raymond, which allowed Raymond to get a shot on goal, and it was actually a good block for Suter. You know what? I think Suter has been the best Rangers defender for the past couple of games.
I don't think it's a case of him being the best Rangers defender for the past couple of games. I think it's more a case of Suter is just the best defender at Rangers. Doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion. He always seems to be the fall guy Not too sure why. Maybe it's because he's came from within the league, and it's easier to blame Suter than it is to blame. I'm not saying proper deserves any blame, but I think it's easier to blame players that you're signing from within the league from smaller clubs than blaming players that you spend a couple of £1 million on. But for me, I think Suter's been the best defender centre back hands down. Like I thought in the Motherwell game, Suter was the better centre back. Yet Proper was the one everyone seems to be ranting and raving about. Proper. Oh, he came in, he looked solid. I mean, I thought he looked secondary to Suter, so I mean, it is what it is. I thought Suter was, I thought Suter was a good defender today, man. I thought he done well. So
I think Suter's been alright past couple of games. As for Proper, again, I did put him in my 11 for the game, but he starts him, he gets injured in a game where he just didn't need to start. It's just not good. Proper is a guy that's been brought in. The guy to replace Connor Goldson. Why is he starting against St Johnstone? All we're hearing about, sports science this, sports science that. Come on. Oh, that's the reason I'm not playing Sterling. That's not the reason I'm not playing Danilo. It looks stupid when you're picking up needless injuries like this. So Proper's injured. Looks like Rangers could be going for a few weeks, maybe months, with Ben Davies and John Suter as their two centre-backs. And this was supposed to be a rebuild. This was supposed to be ripped up from within. And it just looks like the same team for last year, but even worse.
yeah, well, when you put it like that, I don't think you're wrong. To sum up the first half, though, it was Rangers. They had a couple of good, probably more than a couple of good chances. Got into good areas at times, but they just couldn't finish their dinner. It was either skied over the bar or hit straight at the goalkeeper. St Johnstone, though, did have a chance late on to take the lead into half time. Was it? I can't remember who it was, but he hit the post. It was unlucky. Could have scored.
Yeah, I was unlucky. Thought it was Butland actually initially saved that, but it was actually the post. But again, it's like St Johnstone had that chance, and the chance that was earlier blocked by Suter. I mean, going into this first break, I'd probably say a draw was the fair result.
I mean, Rangers had more chances, but I mean, they are Rangers. You expect them to have more chances. St Johnstone did what you expect them to do: sit back and try and soak up pressure and try and not allow Rangers that many opportunities. And I thought St Johnstone were decent defensively, but when you actually do break it down, Rangers had quite a few opportunities to score. And if they had their shooting boots on, or if those chances fell to a team with better players in it, I think St Johnstone could have found themselves conceding a few goals at least in that first half. So, I mean, 0-0. Rangers weren't great, but I also felt St Johnstone were a little bit fortunate to be drawn, just due to the chances missed.
Yeah, they were fortunate, but again, it's like, when was the last time Rangers played well? Every game is just so bad and so boring. Even the worst teams in the league, it's like, yeah, they've got their own different standards, and St Johnstone never played good football, right? But you don't expect St Johnstone to play good football. Rangers, with the budget that they have and the players that they've got, they still should be playing good football, and there's no excuse today. You could argue, oh, it's a League Cup game. They didn't rotate the squad that much. Like I said at the start, it's pretty much a full-strength team. But Doyle's in there, for example. And, some people would say Danilo's better than Dessers, so is it really weaker up the top? There's no excuse.
I don't think we'll see anything. I've seen nothing with Danilo's time at Rangers to suggest that he's better than Dessers. I know.
When he gets back from injury, and they'll do something. Well, wait.
Nah, look, I get it. It's it's cool to hate on Dessers and all that, but for me, yeah, I think Dessers is better than Danilo, 100% for me. If it's like Old Firm game and you have to pick your striker, I'm picking, if they're both fully fit and they're both like been playing games and they're sharp, and for me, I'm picking Dessers every day of the week over Danilo.
Yes, right now you've got to pick Dessers, but again, half time he takes Danilo off again. Right, he missed like loads of opportunities. It's the cup. We're against St Johnstone. We're at quote unquote home, not really home. Why not just keep both of them on? Like, why are teams these days afraid to change formation? Why not play the two up top? We're against St Johnstone, for fuck's sake. We're Rangers. Well, try something different. It was the same old shite, but we did get a goal through Cyril Dessers. There was a bit of contact. For me, never a foul. The right decision went through eventually after VAR. He put it in the back of the net, made no mistake about it. Big
Well,
football
can we,
gal.
let's actually talk about the incident before that for a little bit. Raymond got a yellow card for,
Well, I
I
will.
believe, clipping the legs of Cerny. To me, I don't know how that's a yellow card. I mean, it's two players that are running and their legs get tangled up. How that's a yellow card, I honestly don't know. I don't know how
No,
that's.
it's
I mean, to be fair to Cerny, he tried to stay on his. Well, he did stay on his feet. I don't even think that was a free kick.
yeah, it's definitely not a yellow. I can see why it's a free kick, but once he stayed on his feet and the advantage has basically been played, then I don't see the point of giving a free kick. Anyway, the free kick was awful for Tierney, so it didn't actually matter. But
Right.
yeah,
So the goal.
did you think it was a foul or?
Did I think personally? Did I think it was a foul?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to stand because it remained. I thought it was very similar to the game. Was it? I can't remember. I think it was Ibrox, Dessers, and Lager Bielka. So
Exactly what
now,
I said.
I forget the who was this in Johnstone? Who was the defender closest to the ball?
McPherson.
The one that went out. Anyway, whoever it was. So he's closer to the ball, and he's attempting to clear the ball. So for me, the way that the whole Lager Bielka thing was, they said that Lager Bielka was in possession of the ball and control of the ball, and he was when he brought his leg back and kicked Dessers. Dessers was literally impeding. They said that he was impeding him from playing the ball. So this to me looked very similar to that. This guy is attempting to clear the ball. He goes to kick it. He kicks the back of Dessers, and then that obviously that physical contact sends him to the floor, and then Dessers goes on and scores. Now for me, I don't see how you can. I don't see how you can give a free kick to St Johnstone because he's the one that's kicked Dessers. But at the same time, going by the rules that were applied in that Old Firm game, where Lager Bielka kicked Dessers and it was a free kick to Celtic. If you're going by that, if you're using those rules and that logic, then I think this should have been a free kick to St Johnstone. Even though, in my opinion, there's nothing in it. If anything, I thought it was a free kick to Rangers since Dessers is the guy being kicked.
Yeah, and I was doing a live on this game, of course, and there were 70 fans in the chat saying this was a good set of things.
Here, is it really about consistency or is it about St Johnson's just not going to get this decision? And I'm sure Craig Lefine will have a similar opinion. Do you think it's just a coincidence here that Celtic got this for them and St Johnstone didn't? Yeah, I'm not too. There was a few decisions last year that I wasn't too sure on. I mean, I know, I yeah, possibly, but nah. For me, he's having a go at the referee. He's saying that the referee's made an arse of this, and that the referee is either a free kick or it's not, and the referee has to make a decision on the spot. And for me, that's wrong because if the referee gave a free kick there, the goal the goal wouldn't have happened. Rangers wouldn't have got the goal. Yet Michael Stewart is saying that a goal was the correct decision. But if the referee did what Michael Stewart was suggesting and make up his mind right at that point, then the referee would have given the free kick because that's what he believed it was, and therefore Rangers wouldn't have got the goal. So I don't know why Michael Stewart was criticising the referee for letting it play on. I think if the referee wasn't sure, then he made the right call in letting it play on and making the decision afterwards. And then if it looks like he got it wrong, VAR can deal with it. Now the problem I've got is, and I don't know if he did this, but I didn't really see a replay. Apparently he was indicating it was a free kick, but he didn't blow until the ball went in the back of the net. But if he's going to play on, then he should just ignore it and let the attack play out before suggesting or indicating or any sort of hand movements that it was a free kick. Now, apparently that's why St Johnstone were so pissed off. They're saying that the referee was pointing to the spot to suggest it was the spot of the foul, contact or whatever, to suggest it was a free kick, but he didn't actually blow his whistle till after the goal went in. So I think if he wants to play on, then that's great, but you shouldn't be blowing your whistle. You shouldn't be pointing somewhere. Just let the attack play out, and then after that, we can come to a conclusion. Apparently, that's why St Johnstone were so pissed off. Craig Levein, I believe, got a yellow card, or at least somebody in the St Johnstone area did, because it's showing up in Flash Score here with no name, so that's a member of management, probably is Craig Levein.
Look back at the game between Celtic and Rangers. The referee didn't disallow that. I sympathise with St Johnstone. Again, you play to the whistle. It's not really what the referee points to at the end of the day. So I do sympathise with them. But the other day,
Yeah, but I would say there's more controversy with this one due to the referee. The one against Celtic, the referee completely let the thing play out. He didn't get involved. It was VAR that jumped in and stopped it. This one wasn't. This one, but at the same time, if the referee did what Michael Stewart wanted him to do, the referee would have blew for a free kick straight away, and the attack wouldn't have played out, and the goal would never have happened. So it's like, possibly. I think the audio for this video might have a wee bit of outrage, like, but not a lot we can do about that. So 1-0 Rangers, controversial. Honestly, I don't really think Rangers deserved the lead, but they got it. You expect them maybe to push on. Just didn't really happen, did it? In fact, St Johnstone should have equalised towards the end. Big chance for, is it Kibiomba? He, yeah, I mean, he should have did better there. You Dessers attempting to get a block in. If you do that in FIFA, like, it's a penalty, which is fucking frustrating. But nah, I mean, just not a good enough, not a good enough finish here. And that's the man that St Johnstone would have wanted to fall to. So just unlucky for them. And then speaking of unlucky, I think Rangers got lucky. I don't believe that Dessers meant that pass to McCausland. It looks like Dessers is trying to do like a Sedan pirouette or something like that, and he's trying to spin around and control the ball, and he's completely did a 180 or 360, whatever. He's lost the ball, but it's trickled through to Ross McCausland, and it's turned out to be a fucking great pass, but he didn't mean it. So, and then McCausland, nice wee dink over the keeper as well. It's fair. Yeah, I think it's very possible that if Danilo plays this full 90 minutes if Dessers wasn't available today for whatever reason, St Johnstone could have maybe went through. Here, the knife stuck. The knife is stuck in. Don't worry about it. The knife is fucking permanently embedded here. I'm sure Victoria Plaza will add a second knife on Thursday though. Do you think Craig Levein will do damage in his post-match interview? Yeah, here's what it is. St John's.
I'm disappointed, but I think we got well St Johnson.
Well, I mean, no, Rangers have won both games, but I mean, I believe Motherwell had a good chance late on to equalise, and then and St Johnson today had another great chance to equalise. So I mean, Rangers have won, but I mean, both of those games, if you're only one in front, to up to the 90th minute or whatever, then you're one mistake away or one moment of brilliance from the opposite side for dropping points or for getting knocked out. And I mean that's the way Rangers have been the last few games. So yeah, I think they need to start scoring goals. But it is what it is. They got yeah, that's the main thing. Nobody remembers the lackluster performance to get you into the next round. It's all about getting into the next round. Well, I mean, I'm guessing if Celtic can't get in the league format, I doubt they can get in the cup format. There's no difference there. Yeah, what different? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. Yep, can Hibernian pull off the upset tomorrow? Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, that's it. We'll catch you tomorrow for probably another match review or something like that, and then we can review the entire weekend, which, yeah, a couple of big upsets there. Falkirk beating Hearts, and then, of course, the Spartans defeating the Ross County, which I predicted, but, that's what it is.